It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC North. It's the Lions and the Bears on Thursday night primetime.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport, and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The numbers for Fuller last week. 7 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
To throw on second down, Mitchell. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for Detroit. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And we knew that they'd try to attack the secondary, but I'm not sure that we thought they'd do it right on the first drive of the game. But here they saw an opportunity, seized it, and it's a big play right off the bat.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Mitchell. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Montez Sweat drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a first down throw, Fields. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. Second down at 5. Now Montgomery running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Fields now to throw. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense. You gotta keep playing, man.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry.
No chance.
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 12 carries, 52 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Now on 2nd and 13. Fields. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
There we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. A second stiff arm. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And great effort. Does he get burned for that? And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Going the other way.
So that one overturned. They say the knee. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Tony Pollard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And this will be a Bears first down as he gets it up past the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. Oh, look at the juke. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 2nd down and 3. Off play action. Mitchell. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Back to throw, Fields. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Let's go.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On play action, Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. On 2nd down now. It's Gibson, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Handoff comes to Montgomery. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch 14, watch 14.
A give. This is Montgomery. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Over the middle to Smith. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Once more, Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. A 10-play drive that time, and it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
And Detroit back in possession of the football. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Mitchell. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It got his man complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for Detroit. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Fields. Wide open receiver complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw on target to Godwin here. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Flush to his, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Mitchell now looking to throw on 2nd down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. To throw is Mitchell. From the gun on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Mitchell on 1st and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for only a couple. They'll look to throw again. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. Finding room to the 20. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the first quarter of the NFL season. We'll start in...
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Come on now, let's go.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Flushed out right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a hole. A big play there on the keeper.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Now he'll escape to his right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Levi Onwuzurike breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. After the sack on first down, Fields. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Fields. And that is incomplete. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Let's go, get excited, let's go, let's go.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's complete to Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Mitchell on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Wagner. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Boswell's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here, 20-17. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now it's Fields. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run Montgomery. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now Fields. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mitchell. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Hey, good job, brother. Good job.
Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Working with 2nd and 5 now. From the gun, here's Fields. And his throw here's incomplete. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important 3rd down. Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
65.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Santos now to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Off play action, Fields. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Fields now to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Levi Onwuzurike able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So now the Lions down by 4. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Mitchell on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Mitchell. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Mitchell now throwing on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Back to throw again. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Montgomery, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive.
Oh, a leap it. He will make the catch. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Bears will get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.